My name is Karim Dabbagh. I am a film producer. Lately started directing a film, so also I think I have a cap now of a director. I have a company called Kasbah Films, which is specialized in international line producing and co-producing and also producing. As a matter of fact, it's not a transition. It's more or less, it's a fact. So that means that I am still a producer. I am not changing my work or my position to a director. The work of a director in the documentary has happened somehow, as a matter of fact, as an accident, because I was starting to study film production and I found myself obliged to shoot an American writer who was an old man and who was, I think, gonna leave us, and also other Moroccan writers and painters and artists who were also gonna leave us. So I kind of like felt the urge to go and somehow save or shoot them, film them, so the next generation, or we can kind of like hear their life and understand who they are. So that's why it is not a transition. It's more or less it's a coincidence, as a matter of fact, more or less. Yeah. I think that's what's made, or I think that's what makes a work or a documentary interesting is to also kind of like to not go always the traditional way. And if we are talking about Paul Bowles, he's an American writer, and what we have seen before, we have seen documentaries about him that were always filmed by Europeans or Americans or by the Westerners, if you want to call it this way. So, and that's what's for me, and that is, I think, the responsibility of me as a Moroccan filmmaker. It was important for me to not to kind of like have the Moroccans, give the Moroccans the space to express themselves, to be stars in their own country, and also talk about someone that changed their life and that they changed his life. So that's why it's called also Five Eyes, because the film is seen by 4 different Moroccan characters and by myself also. I'm the fifth eye, if you want to call it, if you want to see it this way. It's a different documentary, and it's a kind of unique one and a new one that's not only the Moroccan public, I think also the Westerners are going to be eager and interested to see. It's a very important question, as a matter of fact. It is indeed a generation that's vanished, that is not there anymore. It's a generation during Tangier, when Tangier was an international zone. International zone means it's a city which was free from everything. Morocco was colonized by the French and by the Spaniards, and Tangier was free. So, and that's kind of like made Tangier create very special and unique characters, artists, filmmakers, also writers. And this generation kind of like went, and that's why it is important in this documentary that the young generation now sees this documentary, so that they kind of, they have a certain kind of, it's a witness, as a matter of fact, of how Tangier kind of like was at that time. So we can also kind of, think of what is next. What is the next generation? Can we also live as they lived at that time with a free spirit, with a lot of arts, with a lot of literature and poetry and all that. And that is, I think, important for the young generation to see and to learn. I have to correct one thing. So my documentary is not an archive documentary. It's not a documentary that is based on archive. It's a documentary that is based on footage that I filmed 25 years ago. So the difference is that it's a film that we filmed, but it's just old. So it's not an archive. So it's really a footage that we filmed with the cameraman, with the sound engineer, and with Mohamed Choukri, Paul Bowles, and etc. And they just forget about it that long because I was busy. And that's the difference. And of course I have also some archives, some photos and some stuff, but it's very, very little, like 10% of the whole film. I don't have any other archive or any other thing like this for the future, but I'm open, and we'll see what the future is going to bring.